Hello everyone, this is Brad, also called an Estrogen X, the Wandering Ronin, and yeah, an estrogen is kinda dead. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's only faking death. He's fine. But he only did that because he is standing next to my favorite character in Dragon Ball, and that's what this video is gonna be about. Today is about Frieza, also known as the Galactic Emperor, also known as the Evil Emperor by the Galactic Patrol. And the reason I want to talk about Frieza today is in the upcoming episode of Dragon Ball Super, episode 123, we get a glimpse of the battle that's gonna turn out between Frieza and Dispo, and this battle will be very entertaining in my opinion, because here we've seen Frieza has been a constant in the Dragon Ball series. Of course, Cell had his moment in the Cell Saga, which introduced us to Super Saiyan 2. But then after that, after the Buu Saga and everything in Super, we get the return of Frieza with the movie, with the Dragon Ball movie Resurrection F, or and the Japanese version is pronounced Fukatsu no F, or the return of Frieza. And here we find out that Frieza has attained a new form. He has been brought back and he has attained a new form, this new golden form. And this golden form is impressive. It's on par with Goku's Super Saiyan Blue, which again Goku even specified in the movie that it took him, years to reach this level. It took him years of blood, sweat, and tears to reach this level. And Frieza caught up to Goku in no time. So that lets me know that Frieza isn't a slouch. He isn't lazy. He works hard. If there's something that he wants, he goes after it. And his whole motivation is to see Goku defeated, to have defeated Goku by his own hands. But here in the Tournament of Power, the situation is a little bit different, since if they lose, it means, not only will Goku and Vegeta be gone, but Frieza would be gone himself. So it's almost as if Frieza, is saying, hey, I really hate you guys, but in, what's the better of two evils? To have to deal with you guys or to be erased? So we have that little dynamic between Goku and Frieza there. And Frieza's helped Goku many a time during this tournament, like after the initial confrontation with Jiren, and Goku was exhausted, out of energy. Frieza shared some of his energy with him and said, now we're even, all debts have been paid. And what Frieza meant by that was during the Namek Saga, when Goku first became Super Saiyan and Frieza was injured and he couldn't leave planet Namek, Goku shared some of his energy with Frieza so that he was able to escape, or well, at least survive in that explosion of planet Namek. And so that's what Frieza meant when he said all debts have been paid. Another instance is when Goku was fighting against Kefla. I keep wanting to pronounce her name as Kefla because that's what the English dub pronounce her name, but it's actually pronounced Kefla. So when he was fighting against Kefla and he almost went flying off of the tournament stage, Frieza caught him with his leg and kicked him back to the stage. And Frieza kind of, kind of a little jested at Goku, saying, "Ooh, sorry about the rough treatment. My leg has a mind of its own, and I just so happened to just kick you." And Goku goes, "And don't worry about it. You know, a kick like that, I barely even felt it. I'm good." You know, Frieza still has those little jabs at Goku. You know, so I'm not gonna say that Frieza is turning good, because that's not in his character. That's not in his mindset. Because remember, Frieza's mindset is still, I am the emperor. I still rule this, which, and kind of not. I mean, the Frieza Force no longer exists, but at the same time, Frieza is a threat. You know, but just by himself. Like, Frieza does not need the Frieza Force. Just by himself, he is a threat. He's more than enough of a threat. But it's very interesting, you know, in this Tournament of Power we saw Frieza go into his true golden form twice. Uh, we saw him once when he was fighting against Kaba, when he found Kaba, and he fought him, well, not so much fought him, but bullied him and knocked him off of the fighting platform. And then we ran across the time he had to go gold and help everyone take out the massive android giant Aniraza. And so we saw a glimpse of it there. And it's very interesting. You know, there's a difference between Frieza's his original golden form that we saw in the movie versus the golden form that we see in the during the Tournament of Power arc. And Frieza even specifies this. He says that after some additional mental and physical training, he's perfected the weakness of that golden form, which is stamina loss. You get tired very quickly. It consumes a lot of energy. It consumes a lot of stamina. And if you stay in it too long, you'll tire yourself out. Even in Goku's original fight with Frieza in his golden form, Vegeta and Goku even bring this out, and even Goku says, "Hey, you know, that new form of yours is consuming more energy than your body can supply, and because of that, that's the reason why you're getting tired more quickly than I am." And so now with what Frieza calls his true golden form, he says that it has, you know, the power to move planets, whereas at the same time it is so subtle it won't disturb water. In other words, Frieza's like saying that he's found the balance, you know, between, you know, softness and power. Now he can, you know, do what he wants to do with that ability without draining himself, or it has minimized the toll that it takes on his body when he goes into that form. And you know, it's not the only form we've seen in the Tournament of Power. Akira Toriyama has let us see Frieza in his full power mode when he knocked Frost off of the fighting platform, when he deceived Frost into thinking that he had double crossed universe universe 7, when Frieza and Gohan had that little fake fight, and Frieza was like, "Yeah, you know, there's this other form too," and he bulked up to full power, and Frost was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I can do that too," and Frieza was just like, "Oh yeah, there's one other thing I want to tell you, you know, don't trust anyone." And that's when Frost, you know, realized, "Oh snap, you know, I've been played." But Frieza, it was already too late. Frieza was already in the process of knocking him off the fighting stage, and he was disqualified. So yeah, I love Frieza because his character isn't cliche so much. Like with Cell, it was, you know, I want to fight you guys and destroy you guys because that's part of the reason was because that's what he was made to do. You know, because Cell's an android, he was, you know, designed and made to do that. Frieza doesn't necessarily want to destroy everybody. He just wants to do whatever he wants. Like, if he decides to take over a solar system that day, that's what he's gonna do. If he decides to, fight Goku one day for no reason, knowing Frieza, he might just do that. So that's why I like Frieza. It's not as if he has a particular goal. I mean, his motivation is to see Vegeta and Goku defeated, like him defeating them at, with his own hands. But that's not necessarily his goal, because once Frieza learned about the Super Dragon Balls, that's when when Akira Toriyama started hinting toward Frieza having an actual goal. Like, this may have been a goal that, who knows, this may have been something that Frieza has wanted his whole life and just kind of like pushed it to the back of his head. Like, nah, I can't really get that. Or that's just a dream. So, yeah, who knows, because even before the Tournament of Power even started, Beerus straight up asked Frieza, I think it was like in episode 97 or 96, one of those two episodes, like, hey, Frieza, what are you planning? You always planning something. And Frieza just laughed it off and was like, what are you talking about? I'm not planning anything. So there's something that Frieza wants, and we have, we've gotten the little statements from him throughout the Tournament of Power, and it may be even connected to Goku, cause Frieza keeps, after every fight that Goku gets finished with, Frieza is always saying, hey Goku, I need you to get stronger, I need you to keep getting stronger, I need you to, I need you to get more powerful. And who knows, we don't know what that goal that Frieza may have. It may be to, be like, hey, I want to be as powerful as Goku, or I want to have a power that surpasses Goku, or he might even say, hey, I want to replace Zeno, get rid of Zeno and make me, the new Zeno. Who knows? Because that would fit Frieza, because he's the Galactic Emperor. Why not make him the Emperor of everything? So who knows? That might be his goal. But I love Frieza because he's not one-dimensional. There's many different things that he could go for, and he's very ambiguous about what he wants. He may do things, like I said again, he may do things that may seem like a goal, like his objective, or at least one of the objectives that we know that he wants to achieve, is to see Goku and Vegeta defeated by his own hands. But that may or may not be his actual goal, like what his end game is. But at this Tournament of Power, we're getting hints, little sprinkles of what his end goal might be, because it might be connected to Goku. It may not necessarily be, oh yeah, I want to see Goku, defeated or stripped of power or whatever. It may not even be that. It may be something that Frieza has noticed that we don't notice yet as an audience, that he may want to see happen to Goku, or he wants something that Goku has and he doesn't. So who knows? But yeah, this video is just talking about what I think about Frieza, what his thoughts may be on what he'll use the Super Dragon Balls for. So comment down below on what you think Frieza's end goal might be. If you guys do think it's, to see Goku and Vegeta defeated, comment why. Or if you think it's something else, comment down below as to why you think think what Frieza's end goal would be. So again, my name is Brad, also known as an Estrogen, the Wandering Ronin of Gaming, and I will see you guys later. Stay sharp.